wait to get some people in here. It's Gunsmoke the Dawn, number 1. Reggie's on the other line right now, but he's going to click back over here in a second. So I figured I would just go ahead and go live until we got some people in here. New World Order, Robert Torres. Just so you guys know, I did email that Choke, the No Smoke guy or whatever, and told him to send me his phone number and that we call him live, but he never replied. So Choke might have some smoke after all. Jeffrey Goldston, 448 Yo, Heidi E. Man, I'm glad you guys saw the message to come over here, because I don't know what happened, but I got some kind of copyright strike of something for some photo or some bullshit that I didn't even realize that couldn't be done or whatever. So, hello there, you're a douchebag. I'm gonna remove you from the chat. Fucking idiot. So I'm unable to stream on the main channel, but I'm gonna hopefully reach out to the realist, and he has to connect to the person who did it. So hopefully we can get that resolved and get back on the main channel. But for now, Reggie definitely wants to take you guys' questions and wants to be live. So yeah, it'll be good. It should be good. Totally off subject, but I don't know how many of you guys caught that speech. I guess it was the acceptance speech for President-elect Biden. And it was kind of refreshing to hear an intelligent person speak from the stature of being the president. But I'll get off of that because I know that's touch and go for people. Heidi E, he's on the other line right now. Reggie is. I think he's talking to his wife, and then when he clicks back over, he'll be on here. So I just wanted to go live to get some people in here and stuff before he clicked over. So Reggie might have better context from some of these things, so we can be better informed and not misled. Robert Torres for sure. And when he's in jail or unavailable, you guys have no way to question things that people may put out there. So now that he's back, we can get back to answering people's questions in real time. That way we can clear any kind of misconceptions up.
That one was just talking.
Who was?
My wife.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So we're live right now. I'm just
Okay.
chit chatting while we get people in here.
Okay.
So just so you guys know, Reggie won't be able to see the chat, or will you be able to see the chat, Reggie?
Now, well, I guess I can try to go on. What's the name of the damn website? I don't
I'll
even
send you a
know.
link. I'll send you a link to it. One
Okay,
second,
send me a link.
because then you would be able to. Shit, did I drop the call? I might have dropped the call. Hold on, let me call him right back. Let me find this. First.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
All right.
I'm gonna grab it and send you the link. Podcast live.
Did you advertise on Bomb First?
I did in the comments of the newest video, because if I were to do it like with the video, it wouldn't have gone out to anybody because we've done so many today through the alerts. If I were to do
Ain't
it,
nobody gonna be here there.
people are in here. It wouldn't have gone out to
Okay.
anybody. Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's mainly the main ones anyway. We can answer their questions.
Yeah, but I was
Yeah.
telling them that how do I share this shit? That I sent that guy the email.
Yeah, well, email him again and let him know we on air and see what he say.
Okay. See if he wants to. Okay. Damn, how do I share the link on here?
Tell me the name. I ain't never literate.
It's Bomb First Podcast live streams. It's a long ass
okay.
one.
All right. Well, it should pop up. Hold on. Let me try to get him.
Okay. I am not ready for. There will not be a mandatory vaccination for people that think that he's going to lock this country down and we're going to have a mandatory vaccination and your guns are going to be taken away and all this bullshit. That's what everybody says every time a Democrat gets nominated. And guess what? No one's ever come to take your gun away. No one's ever mandated a mandatory vaccination, and the shit will not happen now. So conspiracy people, please miss me with that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, no politics. No, yeah, that was my bad for bringing that up. I should have left no politics. Reggie, can you hear me, Reggie, or no? You must be looking for the video. Let's see.
Right.
Could you find it or no? Oh yeah, let me email out that guy again real quick. Tell him that we're live right now. If he wants to call in and talk to you, I
Uh,
even give him my number. Did you find it?
can you hear me, John?
Yeah.
All right, I'll put you on speaker. The quality
Okay.
of the so I can read? Did the quality go well? What up?
Um,
Okay.
it's bouncing around. It's like green and yellow. Nothing red
Um,
yet, so it should be okay.
let me shout out my people. I ain't talked to in a while. All right, Gun Smoke the Don still be number one, huh? New
Yep.
World Order, Robert Torres. 448, yo, what up, dog? Your man Jeff Goldstein. Okay. Um, Heidi E. Robert Torres. Okay. Let's see. Green Eyes, my man, Green Eyes. Hey, Green Eyes, man. Yep, I got the pictures, and I left them, and all my boys about 5 or 6 of our boys, we used to sit around at the table and look at the pictures together. I'm gonna be honest, I only fell in love with two of them. The last set got better, but two of them. Then I started feeling bad because they looked like they was only like 24, 25 years old. So I was like, man, I got daughters that I can't be looking at them. I took them out of my locker. Well, I appreciate it, Green Eyes. There's some niggas up there, I'm sure, jacking off to them now. Uh, Piccolo Cesar, okay. Um, John, you ready for this mandatory vaccination? I hope so. What up, Bumpy
He said,
Knuckles?
I hope
Okay.
so.
Shit, I'm tired. Man, my father laying up. I forgot to tell everybody. I don't know if I should be, but my daddy, some people probably be wishing bad on him. But he's laying up in the hospital now.
With COVID?
Yeah,
Oh,
well, no.
okay.
They tested him today,
Hmm.
but he's so bad they kept him.
Damn.
And so he's laying up in there right now. He said they gave some medication. He's feeling a lot better though.
Okay.
Um,
But they
but
tested him and he came back negative?
he haven't got the test back yet.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Okay.
they treat him like he has it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping and praying that he do. Michael Patterson, Bumpy. You talking to somebody else or me, John?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
hear that.
Oh, no, you're good.
Um, Rolex Enterprise. What up, Rolex? Um, Rocksteady TV. Okay. Rocksteady GTV. Okay, the G. What up, my Chicago Bulls guy, Sean? You said you want a whole bunch of money on my Lakers. You got to share some of that, though. And Wired Up TV. What up, Wired Up? You still on that conspiracy shit? The Tupac live? Uh, you still doing that Wired Up? Um, Stephen Ramsey. What up, Stephen? Okay. Um, UD style. Thanks for saying that, man. UD style. Okay. AM, what's up? Okay. John, I can't hear you talking to me.
No. I'm just letting you talk to them real quick
Something
since
must
it's
be
been so long.
background in there. Something in the background.
Oh,
Um, Kevin Raspberry, what's up? And Air 10LP. All right. I'm in here in the bathroom trying to get away. I better go somewhere else now.
do you want to
Everybody,
tell them your situation or no?
I don't care. I'm an open fucking book.
Go ahead.
Ain't
Go ahead. Let them know.
nothing in life that can embarrass me.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's not embarrassing. I just didn't know if you wanted to. Yeah. So Reggie's
No,
not home. He's at a halfway house. He's
I'm
out.
at a halfway house but you know, this shit is, hey, John, turn something down. I'm hearing everything.
I don't know. You got it on speakerphone. I don't know. I don't know. I can turn my mic all the way down.
Maybe no, it must be mine there. Let me see now. Maybe it's I'm hearing background.
Did you?
But anyway,
Do you have the YouTube video muted that you're watching to look at these
yeah, that's what I
comments?
just did. So I should
Okay.
be okay now.
Okay. You should be good now then. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, BS. What's up? What up, BS? So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at a halfway house, and I'll be home by December 10th. But I didn't realize that my halfway house, I mean my home confinement date wasn't until December the 10th.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I couldn't get out unless I got out on a special program and went straight to. But they had me thinking, they had a nigga thinking he was coming home. Going straight I
Yeah.
came in here walking in, hey, where my ankle bracelet at? I got 3 months to do, and they were like, no, Mr. Wright, you staying here.
Yeah, man.
You can't go home till December the 10th. I was like, what the fuck y'all talking about? But it's all good. Shit, I don't care. So it's all good. Yep. Um. So yeah. So any questions, y'all? I mean, you see, I like for the the brainwash people to come over here and ask
Yeah.
questions, but I guess they don't really know.
There's one right now who just said, Reggie, didn't you snitch on Suge and murder rap? You dry
Um.
snitch that he killed Biggie, snitching against Suge to
Okay.
cover your own tracks.
Okay. Well, didn't have to cover my own track because I had immunity agreement, and but I didn't. I had it offered to me.
Hmm.
Um.
But you declined it.
Uh, um. But let me see. Um. I just walked by some people.
Oh, okay.
Um. Did I snitch on Suge? What did I snitch on Suge about? I don't know anything in murder rap that where I snitch. If you can tell me what I snitch on, then I can maybe try to justify it. But if y'all knew the relationship I had with Teresa Swan, as far as brother sister,
Hmm.
I ain't going to say that. I say it. Fuck it. Suge Knight would be in a prison right now for murder. if, if if that's what I wanted to do. Let me
Mm.
say it that way. All right. So okay.
Yeah. Heidi E
So
says, were you able to listen to music when you were in prison?
I mean, they had it, man. That's all they'll do to be honest, is they buy um they buy those MP3s, which y'all
Hmm.
don't do no more because everybody got phones.
Right.
But they buy the MP3s and they just walk around listening to it.
Gotcha.
So sometimes I'll borrow some dudes' headphones.
Hmm.
But I was in there. You hate to say I ain't gonna glorify prison, but never, because that's stupid. But I was never bored. I was always doing something.
Hmm.
I was either on the phone, the computer, or watching something on TV. And so I didn't listen that much. Um, we had a way to look at videos. So okay, I'll tell you who I'm in love with now. I'm in love with Doja Cat. I love that bitch. Doja Cat. Um, I like Mickey. Man, I would do if I was right now in the game, the music game, I would and we didn't have this corona shit going on,
Hmm.
I would put together a concert tour with Doja Cat, Mickey, with all females. With my big girl, I can't think of her name right now. She done fell so far down the list on me. With my big girl, what's her name? Come on, y'all know Megan with Megan. What's my big girl name? I can't think. Come on, John. You don't know.
I don't know your big girl's name.
Shit. It's my
Big girl.
Lizzo. Lizzo. Thank you.
Michael
Thank you,
Patterson.
Michael. Lizzo. Lizzo. Um, what's another one? Doja Cat. Megan. Shit, Cardi B. And I would have the best tour out because all would come there would be the females. Man, the bitches is on fire right now. My girl Megan, I'm in love with Megan. I heard that nigga Joe Torre's supposed to shatter in the foot.
Hmm.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of him if that's true.
Tory
But I
Lanez.
seen him in the video. Yeah, who?
Tory Lanez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Corey Lane. Supposed to shatter in the toe or some shit. I said when I get out, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him if that's true.
Yeah.
But she do be punking niggas, and he is a little boy like Kevin Hart. So
Yeah.
so that's who I was listening to. I mean, I was listening to everybody, but that's who I was really like because in prison, that's the type of shit you look at. You look at those girls because they some freaks. They some freaks.
We might have one brainwashed person. He says, Reggie, who is your? Oh, somebody deleted it. Jeffrey,
Yeah,
let me view
y'all
it.
don't delete them. Don't
It
delete them
says,
unless they keep hitting up shit.
yeah,
If they just keep. I like dealing with the brainwash, the
yeah.
brain dead or whatever.
He said, Reggie, who is your handler at the L.A. field office of the FBI? You gonna
You
tell it before it comes out?
know. Didn't know no FBI agents. Um, Dan Dan McMullen. I know he's trying to be funny, but I don't play along with it.
Yeah.
Dan McMullen was uh had contacted me during the investigation at the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in like 90, 98, 99.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's why we only got uh, a tax invasion
Okay.
thing
Okay.
because me and Suge pretty much cooperated, with the investigation. And
Mm-hmm.
all they found out, because we knew we wasn't doing nothing wrong, was we failing to file tax.
Mm-hmm.
So we got slapped on the wrist for failing to file taxes on death row records. But guess what we got from the accounting firm?
Hmm.
From what was the contract name? Geffen, Geffens or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Death row got paid $6.5 million, I think, for them not filing the tax returns. Dre got money, and I think David Kenner got money out of it.
Hmm.
And so, we got $100,000 fine from the government, but sued the law firm company, accounting firm that was supposed to have been doing it for over $4.5 to $6 million. I think they eventually got paid out. So that's what's up with that smart ass. But I was arrested by the ATL and the DEA. I ain't seen the FBI agents yet.
Okay. Let's see. Somebody said, why did Mopreme quit hanging around Pac? Because in the Vlad interview, he said he left due to his kids, but we all know that didn't happen.
Well, that's if somebody knew, and so we'll explain it.
Yeah.
He was outside in the nude. Him and what was that guy name? We brought him on the show and we
Kendrick.
talked to him.
Yeah,
Kendrick,
Kendrick. Yep.
who was Parker's assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And the homies got drunk and loaded one time, and they had him and going up outside in the rain, in the snow, throwing up fucking snowballs in New York, naked.
Mm.
And Suge was just showing them that you can't be having weak guys like that around you because, they'll tell these niggas that you used to fuck with and hang with, where you at and what you doing. They'll set you up if they that weak. So that's what happened with Mopreme.
Okay. Reggie. Oh, no, that's not true. Never mind. Somebody said Reggie, Big Norm said you're a crooked cop, but he didn't say it like that.
That's not what he said.
That's not what he said. No.
I'll see. Go in the comment section. Norm was promoting them shit. Norm even tagged the last video we did
Yep.
and put it up in there.
Yeah.
Norm told me. I asked him about it,
Yeah, I watched it.
Like
It wasn't what
that
people
ain't
thought
what
it
he
was.
said.
Yeah.
And then Norm say, Reggie, man, y'all just don't know. Norm was one of my biggest supporters, so I can do anything I want with Norm. But that is not what he said. Go listen to it again. And if you heard that, and if that's what you think you heard, then you have a comprehension.
Yeah.
I remember in when I was in high school, we had a test called a CTBS test, and they used to have us read. And you can have third grade levels, first grade levels, sixth grade levels, seventh grade levels, and you can be in the different grades. So if that's what you comprehended, then I bet you it's probably an eighth grader with a second grade level, if that's what you comprehended. So reading and comprehension is very needed.
Okay, somebody said, Reggie, in your opinion, are you 100% sure that Suge had Biggie killed? And if yes, can you please elaborate? That's what Wired Up TV said.
Okay. I always say, Gucci claimed to did it, took responsibility for it. But whether he did or not, we'll never know because we wasn't there. But Gucci always took credit for it. But I always said, if he did it or not, who knows?
Okay. Somebody said, Reggie, did Pac ever talk to Buntry and them about trying to get Biggie?
Huh? No,
I didn't think so.
no,
Yeah.
no. They wasn't tripping like that. No. It was never. Pac did what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Pac did what he wanted. He fucked that man's wife. Y'all know that's the art of war. He told y'all on the stage if y'all ever go listen to the concert at the House of Blues. He told y'all. He bragged about it. He told y'all how you get back at a nigga. You fuck that bitch. He told y'all. Go listen. That's his words, not my words. Nobody else's words. It's Tupac Shakur words at the House of Blues video. But no, they wasn't on that tip. He wasn't. He wasn't trying to hurt him. He was even in his skit that he did. He said, "I'm not gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let my homeboys do it,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna be the one to do it." He could have did. He could have easily. Scarface didn't this Scarface shoot in the actual scene?
Mm-hmm.
I think he shot. Wasn't he the one shot the cop or something like that?
I think it was Big Psych. Big Psych or
No,
something.
I got that. I know that. I'm saying
Oh.
in the original movie, Scarface. I think Scarface shot one of them or did the shooting.
Yeah, he did. He shot the cop in the stomach, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
So my point is, if he was doing it, he would have did that, but he didn't do that. He passed it along and said, "I'll let my homeboys do it."
Mm-hmm.
He could have easily did it. But no, he wasn't on that. He wasn't on that tip.
Yeah.
Pac wasn't on that tip.
Okay.
I hear some rumor about
Go ahead.
I want to clear up that Suge was meeting with
Puffy. Yeah.
Puffy. They did not meet. Now there was a guy by the name of Big D. I always tell you about Big D. On the Eric B interview. Matter of fact, if you go listen to the Eric B interview, me and Eric B talked about it. There was a guy named Big D that had a lot of juice out there in New York, was trying to broker the deal,
Mm-hmm.
for them to meet, and had got Suge willing to meet with her before all that shit went down, but it never happened. But listen to the interview with Eric B. Eric B talked about that.
Yeah. Somebody said, did Afeni and Suge ever talk in person about Tupac's money situation after he passed?
What happened?
Did Afeni and Suge ever talk in person about Tupac's money situation?
Not until not them two together.
Mm-hmm.
But not until the deal was already was done.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they because Suge went to jail about a month and a half later.
Yeah.
And Afeni was just getting stuff together. She had to get stuff done with the daddy who could have claimed 50% of the estate. She had to do a lot of stuff. She had to get a legal team together, but she had work to do too. She had to deal with Interscope first because he had rights over there still with Interscope,
Mm-hmm.
the movies. So she had a lot of work to do. The money situation and issues with Death Row didn't start until later, and then they got worked out. And then she came up to the prison. I took her up there personally myself,
Mm-hmm.
and once we turned over the masters and all of that,
Yeah.
and she, her and Ship talked. They got into a disagreement up there.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of mad about some stuff, but they worked it out and talked. But I ain't gonna say they were up there hugging with each other and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But Suge was like, "Hey, what you saying? I didn't love Pac, or I didn't do that." I remember hearing something like that, and she was like, "No, that's not what I'm saying." And so Suge took offense to a lot of things that she was saying, but that was because she was hearing, he was hearing all the stuff that was going on back and forth in the negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it got worked out. I always said my biggest regret was that I didn't, and she would have did it. I'm telling you, me and Afeni had a great relationship, working relationship, especially with her staff. Because I didn't have her come on and do some press release with us saying everything is all good.
Right.
And I guess we all thought it was all good once they start seeing us, putting albums out together.
Yeah.
But that's my biggest regret that I didn't do.
Okay.
And you know what? We probably were so stubborn then. We probably didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our lives didn't change one bit. Other people's lives changed, but ours didn't change. So we probably were so stubborn when we didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Rolex Enterprise says, did Harry send killers on Suge in jail? According this, he typed it a little weird. You might have to retype it, Rolex. But he said, did Harry send killers on Suge in jail? According to the Dossier podcast. I don't know what
Um,
that means exactly. You may have to
I,
retype that.
no, Harry is not on that tip right now. Harry is shit, what, probably about 70 now or whatever. I don't know, at least, yeah, Harry might be even 70. He's trying to get out of prison. He's not on that tip right now. I don't even know if he got that type of juice right now. But you know, he dealing with people, dealing with organizations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Sugar, to my knowledge, never had any problem with anybody. I haven't heard of any in the last 3 years, 4 years since he's been in custody. I definitely know not when he was in on the first time
Mm-hmm.
that he ain't have no problems. So
Okay.
I don't know. Um, if y'all heard something in the last 3 or 4 years, I'm not privy to it.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said, Reggie, why do you think Gene Deal thinks he's an expert on Pac's murder? That's not really.
It's a it's a topic of conversation. It's a talking piece. I told y'all before I went in, Gene was going to run all the stuff to talk about. Gene don't have nothing else to talk about. All Gene did was in a car and saw a Muslim guy walk up, or, well, a guy that
Mm-hmm.
fit a Muslim profile, walk up and stick his head in the window, and then he later said that was the guy. I mean, how many people y'all know that got misidentified like that? How many people y'all know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the guy would have did the shooting right then I would have to be like, okay, damn, that sounds good. If he would have reached in the car and then start pop, 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 and then took off and ran or whatever, then I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. But just 10 minutes later, y'all. And then I heard, I didn't hear this from him, that he done changed the story up now, where he said he saw the guy get out of the car and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me that. I don't know where I heard that at. But
Hmm.
they said that he's changed up his story where he's saying the guy got out of the car and shot. I done read Liber or whatever the name of that
Yeah,
book.
Labyrinth or whatever it is.
I done read. I talked to Greg Payne 100 times. I ain't never heard anybody say that Gene made that statement. But
Mm-hmm.
somebody told me he's claiming that on one of his streams.
Mm. All right. Wired Up TV said, Reggie, who was Poochie bragging to about when you said that Poochie always took credit for the Biggie thing? Who was he taking credit with?
Shit. Oh man, yeah, y'all killing me.
No, don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people know. I think it was all about Teresa Swan. I think that's out there. That, he's pushing up on her for money. I don't know if that's out there. I hope I didn't just put something out there that wasn't public knowledge. But I think that was one of the accusations that Teresa Swan made.
Okay. Gene said that his friend Kenny looked back and saw the guy's arm sticking out with a gun in the hand pointed at Big. You know what? I don't know about that, but I saw somebody saying today when we were doing the recorded video, but we still had the live chat on. Somebody said something, and it's probably conspiracy theory. I don't know, but they're saying that Biggie was shot on the left side.
Oh yeah, that's some bullshit.
Okay,
John.
that's what I figured. I figured it
And
was.
they said they drove around with him for
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Some bullshit.
I ain't get
Yeah.
that. Now they were lost, but shit, just like people got mad at shit and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
When number one, when excitement happens, when something like that happens, nobody knows how they're gonna act
Yeah.
until you're in that position. But more importantly, um, I give them credit for that. They didn't know L.A. like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it might have took them a little while to get to the hospital, you know. Who knew how to get to Cedar-Sinai that quick, you know?
Yeah.
So I can give them, but an hour, no, it wasn't that long. And then plus they had the Inglewood cop there, so I know pretty sure he knew how to get to Cedar-Sinai, even though he was in the third car, going behind Gene in them car. So, but it probably took him a little time to you know, to get to Cedar-Sinai.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he said something about that. That's why they said that. But Gene kind of echoed that and said that no ambulance or anything was showing up. But have you ever been around the crowd control? Go to a goddamn football game or somewhere with a lot of people trying to get out. It's hard for the police and everybody to get there. And plus, you remember they had a shooting or something where they tried to say it was a diversion on the back street or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And that's where all the cops and stuff was. They said somebody shot in the air or something on the back street, and it's supposed to have been a diversion.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody said, I believe the details within the investigation dossier are shared, but not their own conclusions, especially when they went into the Reggie Sharitha takeover theory. But facts of the actual case itself make sense. I haven't listened to the show, so I don't really know what their facts are, to be honest with you.
Me either, to be honest, other than what was played on that guy's show. But I mean, I have heard the Reggie Sharitha takeover before because I think that's RJ's in them or Russell Fool's in them opinion. Sharitha could have took half of the company from Suge without killing him. Sharitha's daughter was in the car. Not the car, but she was out there. But she didn't know if her daughter was in the car with Suge or not. To have something like that planned. Arian was out there.
In Vegas.
In Vegas. And so Sharitha is not going to be part of something like that. Or she definitely wouldn't have had her daughter go out there with him. I mean, how cold could she be if she did that?
Yeah.
She Reggie and Sharitha and Kevin Gaines and all these people sat down and planned this. Hey, no, Suge, he can't go out there. My daughter not going with you today. She's not going out there. Now y'all say, well, why Suge had the kids out there? He had his mama out there. He had a whole bunch of people out there. Everybody was going to the lake the next day that Saturday. I mean that Sunday. And we had some boats and some wave runners and stuff like that. And we was gonna go out and ride on the lake at Lake Mead the next day. This was the plan was. So that's why he had his daughter there to take her to the lake and ride on his boat and all of that stuff. We had those little Sea-Doo boats. Okay. I had one, he had one, and we had some skis out there. And that was the plan to do that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. The fact. Okay. Are you looking at it or no?
I wasn't really. I was just.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm standing outside, then about to freeze to death.
Okay. Yeah, it's cold as shit. Lot yesterday and today it just got cold quick.
Man, it was helling out here today. It was raining. Yeah. For a fact, Poochie killed Biggie, do you? Somebody say, hey, I think you know for a fact. I don't know anything for a fact. Only way you can know something for a fact if you're in the car with them. That's the only way you see it with your own eyes. That's the only way you know it for a fact. But I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. Somebody said, they said Kevin Gaines was the one who tried to block Puffy's SUV at the Vibe party. First time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, okay.
They say a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, and then they also say that Rafael Perez was the one in the scene kicking over shells and stuff
I heard Gene say there's a video of him kicking shells. I don't know what he's talking about, though. Is there some video on YouTube or something?
I don't know. It's not Rafael, though. According to Greg Hadings, I can't say because I wasn't there. But they said they know who it was, and there was some guy, another cop named something Perez, on one of our shows. I think the last interview I did with Greg Hadings, he talked about that, where they identified a person, and there was another Perez that kicked a shell or something like that over at the scene. But you got to remember, the scene, who knew where the scene was? Come on. They left the scene.
Yeah.
Do you know how many cars probably went through there before they realized, talked to them, took some people from the hospital, and said, hey, where did this shit happen at? Where did we get shot at? Do you think it was probably 2 a.m. before LAPD went and tied up that scene? It was at least an hour, hour and a half before they went to to block off the scene. So, okay. So no cars went through there. While they was driving to the hospital and going in there, no cars went through that intersection. I'm just saying the shit that D said is so stupid. I mean, oh, it's so. It's, you have no. Yeah, I guess you have to work law enforcement or whatever to understand what these white boys are saying. I'm talking about Michael Corleone.
Right.
It's so ignorant.
Yeah.
What up, Ray? How you doing, man? So it was that was said, and there was something else that I heard on that. That was well, Gene was right about he got into an argument with that guy, Smoke or something,
Uh-huh.
about the date.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I forgot about? You remember on the stream when I said there's something I forgot about that I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to say?
Yeah.
Okay, what it was. Y'all remember when I first came around to the ones that been around? If y'all know, the first thing that I ever copped out to, the only thing that I ever copped out to lying about
Yep.
was
The
what?
Tupac chain.
The chain.
Yeah. But that was
And
an alibi for
that was
Suge
the
them.
alibi
Yeah.
for mainly Pac. I wasn't even thinking
Okay.
that shit, I didn't even know about we didn't know about the camera and all of that, but we knew Pac. Pac, it wasn't like we all beat up Orlando or did this. It was Pac, everybody blamed that on Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew about all the other kids. But, um, and so now I'm here, they got into it at the MGM with this guy, and Pac jumped this guy. And so they telling me all of this, and Frank telling me, his version and all of that. And I'm like, what? Okay, Pac about to go back to jail if he live, because everybody not thinking nobody gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he's about to go to jail.
Yeah.
So I go, I got to come up with something why Pac did that. And so I said, okay, Frank, this is what I need you to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Trayvon Lane situation. That's a totally different one.
Right.
I was like, the chain, Frank had told me how during the fight, he just said during the fight, Pac chain that came off and he had to fix it and put it back together and
Right.
put some bobby pin or a paper clip or something on it to hold the chain back together. So I said, okay, Frank, what I need you to say then, so they took a taxi over because they were mad because Pac was ready to go and he was mad that shit was always late going to the fight and all of that. And so they took a taxi over and went by themselves. And showing you how much Pac concerned about security concerns, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I said, when y'all got out of the plane, because they said some dudes try to rush him or do something when they got out of the taxi cab.
Okay.
And something happened when they got out of the taxi. And I said, okay, well, then that's when Orlando tried to take the chain from Pac. And that's why Pac took off and ran and tried to beat him up in the club when he saw him because he was like, hey, that's the dude to try to take my chain,
Gotcha.
try to run up my chain. And that was, I told y'all this lie. I told you I copped out to this lie right before I started talking,
Mm-hmm.
a lot on YouTube. That's the only lie that I ever told. And like I said, that was to try to protect Pac from going to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to find something
Glasses
new.
got his own podcast show.
Who does?
Somebody was saying Reggie, Alex, and Glasses. I said Glasses got his own podcast.
Hmm.
Yeah. If I don't go back and be with the Gangster Chronicles, and this don't take off with me and John with our podcast, we're gonna try to line up with some people and see how they go. Then I'll be doing something with Alex Alonso, even if I try to get him over with me, John, and him to do something together. But Alex is good for me because y'all know I'm all over the place. I need
He
somebody to
keeps the
keep me
structure.
grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep the structure in my life. I am not a structured person at all.
No. Okay. All right. Somebody says, Reggie, how long after the shooting did Reggie still think Pac would have survived?
I
Like,
hadn't seen him.
okay.
I hadn't seen him.
Mm-hmm.
Suge said he was doing bad that night when I first went and saw Suge, because he was asking me what happened and what was going on. when I walked on him when he was in there having sex. Um, and then after we talked, he was like, "What's up, man? What happened? Where was your security? And all of that." He kind of asked me that,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me Pac wasn't doing good.
Mm-hmm.
That was that night, that morning, early morning, right? Then Monday, Tuesday, we started looking up optimistic.
Right.
Pac was doing better. It looked like he's gonna be okay and all of that. But me and Suge was like, Pac ain't gonna want to live like that. This man had no lung. Pac smoked cigarettes, weed daily. He wouldn't want to live. You can't smoke and do any of that without a lung. He had lost one of his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pac, Pac. Anyway, we didn't think Pac would want to live like that. It was always our opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and of knowing what we knew about Pac, and knowing he was going to have to go back in prison like that,
Mm-hmm.
because he was going back to prison, y'all. If he, if that wouldn't have happened, he would have been violated.
Yeah. If
Now,
he would have gotten better.
if he would have got better,
Yeah.
if he wouldn't have got shot, then it would have never came up. The
Mm-hmm.
whole thing would have never came up. So he would have been okay. But once that shooting happened, and they found out about all of that at the MGM,
Mm-hmm.
he was going back to prison.
Yeah.
And Pac wasn't going back to prison. I had heard no conversation 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna talk about it no more because everybody get mad when I say it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't going back to prison.
Yeah. But I've heard you talk about it with people that were around him at the time, and they even agreed. Like, yeah, he was sad. He was
Yeah,
sad this day or that day or whatever.
yeah, he was not. Every time he talked about prison, it was so bad where I had to go to court and testify for him on a hearing, saying how dangerous it would be for him to do community service work. That's how
Mm.
bad, which it would have been,
Right.
especially after All Eyes on Me came out,
Yeah.
and poetic justice and Vegas. I mean, they were gonna have him on the freeway cleaning up.
Mm.
I was like, no, he can't do that.
Yeah.
And so that's why he was starting to do other things like the event at the Brotherhood Crusade
Mm-hmm.
and the event um, the event at the what you call that place?
The turkey giveaway thing and all that.
The
Oh.
turkey giveaway, all of that stuff. He was
Okay.
trying to do stuff, to make you um, do community stuff. Even that night, everybody always said Pac didn't want to go to that fight. Pac didn't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Pac was going because Pac had to work off some community service time. That was a boxing event that was set up for him to get some community service time for donating some money to some kids at a boxing gym for Las Vegas PD.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay. But people don't know all of this, so that's why they can say all of it. It's funny how people always saying all of that. They hadn't worked with him, hadn't been with him for months. Frank,
Mm-hmm.
everybody listen to what Frank got to say. Frank hadn't worked with Pac for over a month and a half. I think July the 4th was the last day. July. He dropped Pac off. They had just got off the plane from Italy, Italy
Mm-hmm.
from that fashion show.
Yep.
He dropped him off at the House of Blues. Um, if y'all see how he was dressed that day when he was over there talking to Fado after Fado got caught
Yeah.
trying to bring the gun in, he was in shorts and a t-shirt then.
Yeah.
He was not there to work. That's just how they came, dropped Pac off, and then I was letting them go because they were tired. I know all of their been on a long flight and all of that. They had just got back in town. How did Pac have the energy to go and perform? I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I was Pac. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said. Let's see. Oh, somebody said Suge had sex the night of the shooting. I guess they want more.
Yeah, that's what we laugh. He talk about what Suge say he got a 45 in his head,
Mm-hmm.
bullet in his head.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I agree with Russell Poole and them about it, the whole thing. What they ever said is that I believe it was some type of fragment as well. It
Mm-hmm.
was not a bullet. But you ask Suge will still tell you to this day he got a bullet in his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, his head was swollen and cut,
Yeah.
but it was from a fragment. It
Gotcha.
was from something broke off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
But who knows?
on that podcast where Suge's talking, he says, "I told Reg to send two guys over from the
No,
club.
not 2 guys. 5 guys.
5 guys.
Five
Okay,
guys.
sorry, 5 guys
5
over
guys.
after the club. He never sent
No,
anybody.
that ain't
That's
no shit.
Yeah.
He never said that, but he said Pac was supposed to have 5 guys. Number one, Pac ain't had 5 tickets. I don't think we had 5 tickets to a Tyson fight at that day.
Mm-hmm.
If we had 6 or 7 tickets, we'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I think those niggas probably only had 2 or 3 or maybe 4 at the most.
Okay.
But my point is, even if they would have just stood out the door when they came out, that would have been cool. But that ain't never came up. Uh, that was not an issue, especially when you got all the homies with you.
Mm-hmm.
That was not an issue. And even if I had 5 guys behind him, Pac still wouldn't be with us, y'all. But he said, I said none. Rich said none. We all know bitch ass Frank was with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is right. It was none. But, Frank was
Yeah.
sent by me. Uh, so,
Yeah. It was
and I
funny
can
to
tell
hear Suge try to get along with Carlin so much that he even said, "Yeah, I think Frank killed himself because he felt so bad over what happened to Pac."
oh, he did say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he said something like that. But that's, I mean, if people understood the context of why Suge was even talking to Carlin, then it would all make sense. But if you just hear bits and pieces and you don't know the
yeah.
backstory, then I can see how some people could be a little bit confused. But this is
JMX,
literally the same shit we've always heard from Carlin. It's the same thing. But
JMX is the one that also was, they were all working together, and he tells it. I mean, JMX lost his cool and exposed himself, and
mm-hmm.
that's why he called and went off on him. And Rick came on the show and told y'all all the stuff that was that why it happened
Right.
and why JMX wasn't supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But Rick told y'all this is why we was fucking with him.
Yeah.
This is why we was fucking with him.
They
He
said they
had some
had
evidence
proof that could get him out or clear
that
him. Yeah.
getting clear him of the jail.
Yeah.
Um, and that's all it was. But have you seen him messing with him, talking to any of them lately?
Nope. Yeah. Mr. Jody 419 says, Reggie, how did you and C Style stay cool after you fell out with the rest of the Dog Pound people like Snoop and Daz?
That's a good question. Um, I don't know. How did I stay cool with that? Dad stayed around. Dad didn't leave until after he saw Snoop get slapped that night.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we stopped messing with Dad. Um, that's a good question. I think it was because Big Freestyle wasn't with Snoop and them no more.
Okay.
I think he had kind of went away and wasn't really messing with Snoop that tight then. They wasn't like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who was with Snoop more closely. It wasn't even Trey D. I think Trey D was in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Trey D was in prison at that time. Um, so I don't know. But me and C-Style call C-Style right now. Me and C-Style still have a good relationship. Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what else we have.
Maybe because C-Style was in on it too, huh? They're hiding.
Well, Lil
Believe
Half
it,
Dead
too.
was in on it, so
Oh yeah, you have to.
that's the crazy. Out of everything
I,
that's ever been said, that's kind
I,
of the craziest thing I've ever heard.
if I can tell y'all, still to this day, if Lil Half Dead came up and slapped me right now, I wouldn't know who the fuck Lil Half Dead is.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, on everything. I ain't got no reason to deny it. Well, like, yeah, I know it. I can tell y'all, I wouldn't recognize Lil Half Dead. The first time I ever saw him was on that documentary he
Yeah,
did
likewise.
where he told. But other than that, I don't remember him from that. I don't even remember him from that.
Mm-hmm.
They were dissing Lil Half Dead by the time I came around.
Yeah.
Remember when the song Murder was the case?
Yeah.
I was like 90, 94, 95 when that song was made.
Yeah.
Some people I saw on an interview where some people were on me about saying, oh, Corrupt was on 3 or 4 songs this on Dog Father.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said, he got sent back to Philly,
Right.
and they said that he was lying, I was lying. Okay. Look at when even Corrupt filed for bankruptcy prior to that to get out of his contract during that time, like 96 or 97. So yeah. So I was just letting people know that Corrupt, songs are done songs are not done like they done now in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
They probably worked on those songs for about a year,
Yeah.
probably that. So those could be some of those done earlier in the game. But trust me, y'all, Farouk was gone.
Mm-hmm.
He was gone. That was on that interview when I talked about Farouk
Yeah.
uh, and the young girl. Yeah.
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 Somebody said, was Trey the most upset mob guy after the Vegas shooting?
He probably got uh, talked to a lot. He was the youngest one. Probably what I mean by the youngest one, they usually closer to the younger guys
Mm-hmm.
in the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure he did, but I never heard of Trey uh, going to doing anything after Pac died. I know he got a picture of Pac winning tattooed on his arm
Mm-hmm.
after that. Um, I remember Suge and I laughed and was like, I could never get another man tattooed on me. You know, he got a tattoo of Pac's name, but not a
Right.
picture of him.
Yeah.
Um, but Pac, I mean, Trey was closer to that younger age of people that would, you know, that would go and get in a car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But and I'm sure he caught heat, you know, for bringing that to it, and feel bad that he even brought that up, you know, you know, Trey's opinion has always been that he was talking to his big homies and not to Pac and them. So not to Pac per se.
Right.
He was just something in that direction. So, until I can prove otherwise, that's the story that I will continue to tell.
Yeah. Okay. Jakesy said, hey, Reggie, is going back to Gangster Chronicles an option?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Me and Norm done talk about three or four. Norm was trying to put that particular show on his air, on his show.
Mm-hmm.
He was mad that I went on and did it because he wanted me to come in the studio and deal with this Gangster Chronicles on Wednesday or Thursday. But
Gotcha.
you know me, I get ass in the pants. Matter of fact, I think he tagged it and put it up on
He did.
he did, yeah, on their website anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, I'm not going to no show where it's four people sitting at the table. I already had a problem over talking John, and then talking Alex and James.
Mm-hmm.
So MC8, I haven't listened to any of their shows yet,
Mm-hmm.
and I know he's kind of laid back. It was Charlemagne's the guy ideal once he heard that we was having problems.
Oh, to get
Um,
MC8?
to get MC8, it was Charlemagne's guy,
Okay.
and so uh, James is like, when you coming back? When can you come to work? It was James, but Norm has never really uh he was just like, what we gonna do? How we gonna do with this? What we want to do? Um, and so no, I would never go be a fourth wheel, and I ain't going to try to hate on those other three.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to move them out the way. So not unless something happened with the other three. Um, but somehow I'll be in business with, like I said, me and Norm will always be good.
Mm-hmm.
I supposed to go and try to do their show Wednesday or Thursday. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready yet.
Okay.
I wasn't even trying to do this one until I got so mad last night. I don't know why that stuff get me so mad, but I had to deal with that. And I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was try to lay low until I got home, but y'all know me.
Yeah. Keisha Cole wasn't in Vegas that night that Tupac got shot, right?
Oh man, you know she definitely went on her way to the club. 'Cause I wouldn't have definitely. We was under so much scrutiny that night with the with the people trying to get our license and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to be what, 14 at the time,
Yeah, probably
15.
14, 15. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the only reason I may give her props possibility of being out there,
Uh-huh.
the only reason is because I knew we were all going to do something big at the lake the next day, and I could see she like saying, "Hey, come out here and come out here and go to the lake with us tomorrow, whatever." Because they were big on nuts though. They wasn't even thinking about Keisha Cole.
Right.
She ain't never like no young artist. We had problems with Lil Bow Wow.
Mm-hmm.
With all of that. I mean, little young Malik. I don't know if y'all remember Malik.
Mm-hmm.
He never liked young artists. Danny Boy was about the only one. That's just because he can sing. But you see, Danny Boy ain't never put the album out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so uh, no, I mean, she definitely would have been on the way to the club or anything like that. But to say that she was out there with Nutso, who knows? Because that was going to be Hammer's artist. I know they try to say he was going to be signed to the Outlaws or whatever, but that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be signed to him.
Gotcha. Okay, somebody said, Reggie, what do you think about what Mob James said on the Breakfast Club about Trey? I don't even know what he said, to be honest. I don't know if you know what he said.
Well, me and James talked
Okay.
because James told me, he said, man, don't say nothing about that, Reg, because I done been in the neighborhood 2 times looking for that nigga.
Mm.
But uh, and I had to remind him how old we were. But uh,
But did he tell you
James
what he
admitted,
said? Because I
James
don't know what he
admitted,
said.
only thing James admitted to me
Uh,
that he wished he wouldn't have called his name by saying Trey when James is still under
oh,
protection like everybody else.
right.
Trey went and whispered in his ear.
Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
and, and like James said, and that's what caused him to die.
Mm.
Y'all got to y'all got to remember my religion and my faith right now. I really am the type of dude that believe it. When your day comes, it's already written down on a
Mm.
board,
Yeah.
and God already know when you're gonna die. That's my faith. That's what I believe. So I believe that Tupac was just destined to die, how he died that day.
Mm.
That's what I believe. If I had a heart attack right now and die, I believe God already knew that was gonna happen this day, today.
Mm.
And now they say you can shorten your life. How can you shorten your life for you religious people? You can shorten your life by hitting your parents. The
Mm.
only way they say you can shorten your life by hitting your parents. And that's what I believe. There's stories in the Bible where a guy knew he was about to die.
Mm.
God told him, and he begged him. And he said, that was the only guy that we know that God ever said, okay, and gave him another 14 years to live. I'm not going to get religious on y'all and sort you because I hate to talk about uh, politics
Mm.
and religion. Try to stay away from racism, racist stuff with you
Right.
guys. So that's all I'll say. That's
Okay.
just my belief.
Okay. Jakes, you said, did James pick you up, Reggie, and how is your relationship today with him?
Oh no, me and Jay's gonna always be good.
Yep.
I get mad at Suge. Y'all know I get mad at Suge. Then the next day I'm his biggest apologist.
Mm-hmm.
I That's me. I I get mad. I say what I want to say, deal with how I want to say. Then I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
I get mad at my wife. I be wanting to cuss her out, wring her neck, and the next morning it's like nothing happened. I am an emotional person, I guess. I don't know. Forgiving person, maybe. I don't know what it is, but uh, I say what I gonna say. I don't bite my tongue. I wish I said when I came home. I'm gonna try to be smarter, be a better person, and watch what I say, and not just be so blunt with
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
But I done see already in 2 days that I done messed up that pack with God. We'll have to try to redo that pack and try to be a better person, have a better character. Um, is my goal.
Okay. Um, somebody said, let's see.
Appreciate all you people that stand. Welcome back. Trust me, y'all. I do go and read all the comments even after a show. I read the comments, and so if I don't acknowledge you doing it, trust me, I do see it, and I do read them. I do read them all.
Heidi said, Reggie, upon your release, will you write?
No, I ain't that apologetic. you know, I I'm not like that. I'm one that, like I said, I'll be like, okay, a nigga called or he needs something, or you know, or if something is just wrong, I'm just gonna say, no, that ain't what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just ride with it and keep like, yeah, that sure did happen. I would never do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
but I ain't no sucker either. I ain't just gonna be like, okay, you're right. Uh, Okay, we back friends.
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't that way either. But you know, he done got word. Trust me, he sure done got word. He done got word. Trust
Yeah.
me, because I laid in the toy and the rig last night,
Okay.
letting them know my opinion and what I'm gonna remind people of, because I am vindictive.
Uh, that's the image. Lamar H. We talked about that a bunch tonight. I mean, I'll ask you. He's new in here. He said, Reggie, what are your thoughts on the dossier that Mr. Deal advised people to go look at?
I mean, my advice of it, I think it's only thing it is that the breaking news is that Suge say that Reggie and Rafael Perez. I think he's thinking Rafael Perez is Kevin Gaines, but I
Yeah.
know he don't know these names like everybody think he does.
Yeah.
But he tried to lay this out in 2015, and if you watch the show that we did earlier, you'll see what my opinion of why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, that's the only thing that I know about the dossier. Um, or the show. I haven't watched the other episodes or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so that's the only thing that I could really speak on is that Suge thing. That's the only thing that bothered me.
Yeah.
The rest of it, Michael Carlin talking. Michael Carlin is a nutcase to me.
Yeah.
He is he is he is like like scum. I
Yeah.
mean,
He's
he
like
just
the bottomest bottom dweller that you can
yeah,
get.
So I don't even listen to what he talking about because I people that don't even know these are people that didn't know he didn't know who Tupac Shakur was. I
Mm-hmm.
bet until he met Russell Poole in what 2012, 2014 when he was editing a book.
Mm-hmm.
All the reason he got him because he's supposed to be some great writer or something, and RJ and Russell Poole hired him to edit a book for him.
Gotcha.
To be there. And so and now they're experts.
Yeah.
These are what he was so mad at Russell Poole because you see how Russell Poole treated him. He wouldn't even take him into the police station with him.
Mm-hmm.
He was mad that he left him in the car.
Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
he wouldn't love it. I wish he would have went in there. So when Russell had that heart attack, he could have been a good witness and be like, okay, this is what happened. But now everybody, you conspirators, oh, he got injected in the L.A. County, the 10,000 Department Sheriff Station Homicide Division. In the Homicide Division, he got injected with some poison to make him have a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker was an alcoholic. He was in bad. I mean, RJ told y'all he's in bad health. He wasn't taking care of himself, and RJ don't even believe the conspiracy though about Russell Poole.
Yeah.
And the one thing I know, and I meant to say on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
that the reason why I know this shit is possibly edited and made up by now
Uh-huh.
is because when I did the interview with GMX,
Mm-hmm.
when I did the interview with RJ, each one of them said, you know what, Reggie? We might have to re-examine the facts. We might have to re-listen to things. Maybe we were duped by some people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm not as convinced anymore that you're as guilty or a bad person as we said. But if they believe that, knew that they had that tape from Suge, and they really all believe that, would they would have said that? You think that night when RJ was drunk, he would have not blurted that out
Mm-hmm.
when he was talking to us? That, oh, Reggie, we got some more evidence.
Right.
Well, well
But
your boy Suge,
JMX would have put it out because
he,
he got abolished basically. He was done.
he was done.
You know.
Yeah. The Suge and that boy Rick and them exposed them on that, made him look bad,
Yeah.
made him go crazy. He was so crazy that night. He called my U.S. attorney the next day and
Mm.
said I threatened him. You know,
Yeah.
he was that mad, saying that he got threatened that day after that interview.
Yeah.
Especially after I put that up about his wife and we was going to do
Oh
that
yeah.
interview with his wife. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah. He went
That's when
crazy.
RJ started. Please don't. Okay, no. Just leave me alone. Let's just be friends. After I put out that information about him filing bankruptcy and all of that stuff. That's when he remember RJ when his wife didn't even know some of the stuff. His wife was in the car with him when all of that stuff was being played and said. And she looked at him like, what, RJ? You changed your name? She didn't know all of this.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
RJ is back on. We can be attacked now. I'm out of prison. I can defend myself. So do what you
Is he
got to
talking
do.
bad about you or no? Do you know? Okay.
He didn't talk bad, but he said something like, "I don't care," and you know,
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, fuck them motherfuckers, man. Fuck him. Fuck RJ. Fuck him. Let him go back to his 23 knuckleheads and promote all this bullshit live. That's the only people that listen to him. Crazy motherfuckers anyway.
Yeah. Somebody said, I don't know why this keeps coming up too. Does Reggie have any details on what Tupac said after being shot in Vegas? He didn't say anything, if I'm correct, right?
He ain't never said anything, but I know why they say that because people, Yo-Yo and all of them
Right.
said he was trying to talk and all of that. Tupac was intubated, cut open wide. His wounds was never closed. Think about your body being open
Mm-hmm.
and your wounds never stitched up or anything
Mm-hmm.
because you had to have so many surgeries during that time period because you're fighting for your life. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Mm. So, have you seen the autopsy photo?
Everybody, what?
Have you seen the autopsy photo that's on the internet?
I saw it, the one that Kathy put out, but that's later. Of course you're gonna be cut up
Right.
after you get an autopsy, but this is how I saw him laying up in a goddamn hospital. This is why people couldn't go in the room. All these people saying they went in the room.
Mm-hmm.
His mama would take people in,
Yeah.
with her, but
Would
it
they
wasn't
put a
like people
sheet
just
over him
going.
or something or no? Like
He
over
it
his
was like,
chest?
yeah, it was like some type of covering that they had that was over him.
Gotcha.
But but you had to wear. That's the thing. You had to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
You had to wear. You couldn't just go in there in their clothes.
Because he could
And
get
that
an
the next person
infection,
that
right?
does that, yeah, the next person that says that, that's what we got to ask them.
Yeah.
How was you dressed when you went in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that would catch them in their lie right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now people came up there, and his mom was, being cool with everybody because you got to remember, his mom didn't know who really was his friends and who wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got Kadada up there talking about she pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and all right, okay. Let's talk about something. I ain't gonna start talking about people.
Okay.
It just make me mad, people up
Snoop
there with
did
their
go up there,
lie.
right, though? Because he says he
Snoop
did.
went,
And
Snoop,
yeah.
Snoop did.
Okay.
Snoop went up there and he was emotional, but he didn't go up there until that Friday. I heard
Yeah.
something where he supposed to went the next day or something like that.
Right.
No, motherfucker, Suge called you and told you Pac was looking bad. Thursday night for Friday, you need to come and see Pac before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
He drove up. I remember opening the door for him, Marcus, and Kenna. They drove up about to Suge house about. I opened the door about 4 in the morning, something in the morning. They got up, went up to the hospital probably about like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and and left. They went back, and then Pac passed away that day at like 4 o'clock p.m.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Snoop did come up. Snoop did go in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't. I think Snoop said he almost passed out, or he did pass out when he went
No,
in there. So
he didn't
he
pass
said
out,
something like
man.
that.
But
Like
he
he's
was emotional. I think he threw up or something. But
okay.
everybody get emotion to see
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
something like that. To be honest, I wasn't there when he went in. But these are things that I heard
Right.
that he took it bad when he came back to the house or whatever. I don't even know if he came back to the house. I think they just left. They just
Okay.
were. He must have had something to do that day, or was probably working on dog filer, or couldn't take it. But he
Mm-hmm.
came right in and left right out. It wasn't like he was out there. Like Hammer was there every day.
Mm-hmm.
He was over there. Him and Eric B. They were being around and stuff like that, riding up and down and all of that. Even Hammer, I remember Hammer. He was so furious with Frank when he seen Frank riding up and down, the street, the Vegas and stuff, and he's like, man, Reg, that dude, the guy that he was with, almost died and he died and stuff like this. This dude riding around with his white girl in the car,
Mm-hmm.
all happy with his top down in the car and stuff. I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyway, that's the
Some.
type of dude Frank was. That everybody,
Yeah.
worship.
Gotcha. Ray Cash says, Reggie, are you a part of the mob documentary that Trey is talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. I think he probably got that from me because he know that I got a budget promised to me from E1 when I'm ready to do one. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over. Oh, I mean, Trey can get guys, the younger guys, to talk. He can't get nobody I really want. Y'all seen him trying to reach out to Neckbone on IG, I think, or something like, hit me up, homie. Neckbone ain't fucking with nobody. you
Mm-hmm.
know, Neckbone. Let's see, Neckbone. I know Suge. You got to come up with the right dollar to get Suge to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to talk. James ain't gonna fuck with him. Buntry ain't with us. Timmy, just outright liar. Timmy could only talk about 2002 on. Y'all don't care about that era from 2002 on. Who can he get? Really? Or unless he just going to talk about the hood, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the case, they just still in my ideal. And I guess I went from Mob to Death Row. But yeah, y'all want to hear about people want to hear about Mob. They want to hear about the guys they know that they heard.
Right.
They don't want to really hear about niggas in the street. You go to KLMX channel for that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said, "Hey Reggie, you said Poochie claimed to take out Biggie, but Timmy said, quote, don't no one from around here, by that he means Compton, did that. I think Puffy did that themselves."
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Y'all gonna believe Timmy saying Puffy and them did that themselves. Okay. All right. How would I even dignify that with a with a comment?
I
I
know.
mean,
But
you
he
know.
stated it, so I wanted to read it to you.
Well, I mean, Timmy was supposed to say that. That's what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to be like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm in violation by calling names and stuff like that. Even, but I am not a gang member,
Right.
and so I can get away. I get a lot of leeway with a lot of stuff
Mm-hmm.
that a gang member can't get leeway with, and he can't. Timmy better not say no shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when James never tries to call off name, even when he mentioned Trey name on the Breakfast Club, that's the one thing he feel bad about saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Clark Trent says, "What was the second to one and Trey fight about? I'm sorry, second to none and Trey fight about? And do you know
It,
about it?"
yeah, it wasn't Trey though.
Okay.
It was some of the little homies. I talked about it before when KKNL got beat up, but that was just because they were breaking away from Quick, and I think Big Jake was like managing them and dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what happened, but there was something that happened. But they did get jumped on, but it was by some of the little homies. I remember Suge had me hired him at the studio. Um, after that to telling them he always tell me just to have people clean up and shit, but when they get there, they just want to hang around and be up there. But I did hire two little homies after that. But they also did something with G too, I believe. Um, with that guy from Bunny Hunters. If y'all know anything about that, the tow truck guy. So anyway, um, so that's why they got hired. But yeah, I never heard of anything with Trayvon fighting nobody. It
Okay.
wasn't Trey.
Okay.
It was KK and I got beat up by somebody else. And then your boy can talk about it. Did they
Yeah.
talk about it in their interview?
I don't think so. No. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
what could they say?
Yeah. Yeah. But they did. But Big Jake was their protector with Quick and all of that. But I know they fell out with Quick about something because they weren't around because of Quick and Big Jake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. People are asking questions, but I mean, it's like we never left because it's the same exact questions.
I don't
Somebody
know.
said that's why Marv.
Well, if you don't recognize their name, then answer it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, nobody say anything right now, so I'll just ask. So with the halfway house stuff, are you able to uh go home to visit family, or do you have to kind of
Yeah.
stay? Okay.
Man, I just found that out today, man. Shit, half this motherfuckers in here was gone today.
Okay.
So you can get like 8 hour passes and all of that, 12-hour passes.
Mm.
I got a pass actually Wednesday to go do something,
Okay.
and now I'm about to put in pass every day. Most people are supposed to be going out to look for jobs, but
Right.
I ain't never working again a day in my life.
Mm-hmm.
so, so I told them that, and I said I'm not going to look for no job. I don't need no job. And they were like, okay, okay, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you want to train me? You want me to do some training? What you gonna train me to do?
Right.
I looked at the 28, 30-year-old guy. What you gonna train me to do, nigga? Please. But anyway, so yeah, you can get past it. I'm gonna learn the game. I just been here 3 or 4 days, and so I'll learn. And um, my wife bringing the car tomorrow, and so they can get checked out where I have the car. And so I don't know. I might get a job driving my pastor around every day.
Mm.
You know, I'll come up with a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Come up with a creative one.
uh-huh. I might have a podcast to do every day or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, Heidi asked if you're in Cali, which you are.
Huh?
Heidi just asked if you're in California, which
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to tell where because I got
Yeah.
weirdos and they be calling up here.
Yeah, yeah.
They could be
He
calling
threatened
up.
me. He said he called me this.
Yeah,
He said
yeah,
this
yeah.
about me.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh,
My people at the, some people called up there and they were actually kind of like enthused, like what, asking me questions and shit. Hey, what's that? What? Shit, I was in the hole. One person came out and said, "Oh man, I recognize you from Vlad." That's what most of them recognized me
yeah, yeah.
from was from Vlad, to be honest. And was like, oh no, no. One guy was a big Gangster Chronicle fan. He was like, "Man, I listen to you all the time." He said, "What the hell are you doing in there?" I said, "You must don't listen all the time if you didn't know why I'm in here."
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, it was good people, man. It was. I'm talking about correction COs now, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what I'm saying that, it was, I was listening to the show and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the show. I ain't had nobody from Bomb First yet, though. Nobody. Yeah, yeah, but it's all good. Yeah, but Vlad has a big following. Matter of fact, one of the guys came up to me today here.
Uh,
I was like, "Man, what's your name?" He said, "Man, I recognize you from Vlad." He's like, "Man, it's an honor to meet you." I tell y'all, who was that you or I don't know what show I was talking that about or who I was talking that about is I took more pictures on the way out with the Mexican guys in
mm-hmm.
prison. I took more. They were all like love, man. They were all love. They all when I left out. Matter of fact, I don't know if they mailed the pictures home yet because they were supposed to mail them to my house when they got them. I took probably about 15 pictures with different Mexican guys at the prison.
Mm.
They yeah, so they were all good dudes, man.
Nice.
Some blacks too, but blacks we hate on each other a little bit. But so it was only like four and one to take pictures, which I was cool with all of them, but only like four and one to take pictures. And then all those niggas didn't want to take pictures with each other, like a group picture, because they were like, "Oh man, that nigga hot, that nigga hot." Oh my god. Okay, whatever.
Mm.
I'm like, nigga, you hot and you over here calling somebody else hot. Yeah, so it was crazy. Blacks is crazy.
Ray Cash, we already answered that. I don't know why you would ask a question and then not listen, but
Yeah, Ray Cash, our boy. What is it? What do he say?
the same thing. Reggie, are you part of the mob documentary that Trey is talking about? The thing
No,
we
this
just
this
talked
no.
about. Yeah.
No, no, no. I don't know about it. I hadn't heard about it, but I had talked about it. I don't know if y'all done heard me talked about it, doing it with Whack 100 and E1 when I get out. That was what I had been talking about doing. So I don't know if he picked up and heard that or what. Um, that's how Trey do.
Yeah.
Trey's starting to seem like a lightweight hater. Man, no, that's your boy, John, but that nigga's starting to be like a little hater.
mm, Reggie down. Okay. Yeah, I think we did too many notifications today because our numbers are down, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Somebody said, was George's name ringing bells in Atwater? I don't know.
No, 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 no. I was at a different part of the camp and stuff, but George is at Victorville now. He's been downgraded to a medium status. But that snitch is still in there. The Little Rod Boulevard is still there. But I asked a couple of people and they didn't know who the hell he was. But I met some dudes in there that well, I told y'all once about the dude that was taking care of man, I came up with a dude, the dude that was taking care of I mean, he was a Southsider Crip.
Uh,
I mean, in the Mexican,
uh,
big time. He was balling, 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 and he got caught up in some stuff. But he got all the masters. He got a bunch of masters with I gotta call E1 and see if they interested with Mossberg on reels that never been out.
mm,
And he's like, Reg, if you can do something with these songs, you can have them. I don't remember how big of an artist Mossberg was. They were done by Jelly Roll. All the beats were done by Jelly Roll and and Mossberg. And of course Dracer was on it, but that's what I'm about to say. He fucked with Dracer, and he also had Cano. What was it? The Mexican rapper dude, Canoe.
mm,
Anyway, his name from Baby from BNM. He knew K9 too. He the one. He was like, man, yeah, I know who you are. He was like, they was always trying to get me to come fuck with you. I was like, I don't need to meet him, you know.
yeah.
He said I had my own money then, you know, but he was looking out for them. Uh, but he good dude, good dude. He damn near ran that camp too.
Mm,
But he was a good dude. But that was my boy. But Baby, yeah, he was real tight with Drayster and K9 though when he was out. But he been locked down for a while. He on the end of his last 8 or 9 years left on a 25-year sentence.
mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Um, Lakers Dodgers. What's your thoughts?
Laker Dodgers,
Was it
man, love it, love it.
was it from
It was
Kobe?
talking shit. I was talking shit in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
All the haters. Um, because most of those dudes were A's fans and Warrior fans, and so of course they were hating on the Lakers because they didn't want the Lakers to start back winning. But yeah, I was walking around there talking a lot of shit. I wasn't there when the Dodgers won. Actually, when the Dodgers was winning, when the Dodgers was up, it was 3-1 Atlanta. When I went to the hole, and they were talking shit to me, talking, oh nigga, y'all done, y'all. But I got to say, nigga, we went further than the A's.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, and when I got out, I heard the Dodgers are world champions. I was like, what the? I was like wishing I knew about that. So, so yeah, uh, yeah. So that's what's up with that.
Did Suge ever tell you that Tupac talked in the BMW? You know how he says that in
Um, I heard that he never told me that,
okay,
and that was like a question I would ask him about.
right,
But I heard it on some interview. He was like, "You, you worse than me" or something like that.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I heard something
Like
like
I
that.
need a hospital. You're the one shot in the head, or some shit like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah. But
yeah,
but you know, how true that is. Who knows?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Somebody said, "Are you still getting your workout in?"
I was until COVID.
Yeah.
I was doing real good. Y'all would have been proud of your boy. But when COVID happened, they locked us down,
Mm,
and so so I let myself go. So I won't know until I go and try some clothes at home
yeah.
if I lost or not. But I don't know.
With
But
co
now,
with COVID in there, what did they do? Like, what did they change to try to
oh man, they locked it down.
combat you guys from getting it? Like, did they do the
Well,
6 feet and masks and all that?
yeah, the
Okay.
mask, all of that. Um, they limit the phones. They limit everything. They brought you a lot of sanitation, sanitizer, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you had to go and get the food and not be able to sit down like in a chow hall.
Right.
You did a lot of stuff. You had to take back to your location, and in the bigger locations they bring it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like you going to get your own meals. Um, they cut out visitation. Um, uh, what else? No working out.
Mm-hmm.
You go outside for a little bit, but it was like 30 minutes, 40 minutes a day. Maybe an hour some days, depending on it. And that's about it.
Okay.
That's
But
about
it's
it.
not like there's no cells, so it's like a big open
Yeah.
space, right? The camp.
Mhm.
So did they
Got the
try to
camp.
implement things where like they separated
It's
people
just
more?
no, they didn't.
Okay.
That's what everybody complained were like.
Gotcha.
Y'all trying to tell us do all of this, but we all sleeping 4 inches, or
Right.
4 feet away from each other and all that.
Yeah.
But we, fortunately enough, we didn't get anyone sick. But at other locations, it took off like a wildflower.
Mm.
Yeah, people got sick real bad. Yeah, but
Okay.
we didn't experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they doing it now because now that Victorville broke out so bad, they uh they made that water like the reception center,
Mm.
and so there was a lot of people where I was at when I was in the quarantine. But that's where you had to go. They had a section off. That's where everybody came in and went in quarantine for 21 days, and then they shipped them out to different prisons. So it's gonna eventually get bad there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
A couple of people
yeah.
said, "Did you see how changes did during the demonstrations while when you were locked up?" I guess some
Yeah,
people
yeah,
played
yeah. I watch
played.
TV every day, so
Yeah.
yeah, I know about all the different shootings and
Oh no,
all of
but
that
even
stuff.
just the Tupac song changes that you chose to be
Oh,
on the greatest hits, how they played that at a lot of the rallies and stuff like that.
no, I didn't hear about that. I didn't
Okay.
notice that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Um, Somebody said James said that he got shot at for bumping quick. Did you hear any stories like this during that time? I don't
No,
know what time that is.
no, I don't know. But he probably was saying because it was a blood song or whatever. He probably said that the MC8
Gotcha.
to try to make him feel good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But him and MC8 was going at it tough there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how long do you want to go for? Cause
I'm good, whenever you're ready to stop.
okay, I just don't want to keep forcing people to ask questions if they're just gonna ask the same crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does Reggie know um, Ayatollah Marv? Do you know who that is?
No, no, not offhand. If you tell me something about it, I probably can talk on it. But no.
Okay, Jakesy. Yeah, he's not sure what you're talking about.
Mm,
We did not have Choke the Smoke on. We emailed him, and he had my number, and he never responded.
yeah.
Um, Somebody said, "How do you feel about Biden being president?"
Um, I'm glad. I'm happy. It's gonna be, um, hold on. If he wouldn't have been pushing, Trump wouldn't have been pushing the race car so much,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have a problem with him. I would have felt bad for him losing because I think he really lost it because of COVID.
Yeah.
But he pushed the race car once too many times for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I really believe he's like Russell Poole, the biggest racist I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a civil war. I think it's gonna be some. It's gonna be some crazy stuff. You got people out there trying to kidnap governors and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be an ugly situation. It's gonna be all those guys riding around with those big trucks,
Yeah.
big wheels on their car,
With the
and the
flags
flags
on
hanging
them.
out of it.
Yeah.
They gonna act a fool, y'all.
Yeah.
Especially once Donald Trump really see he can't win,
Mm-hmm.
and the court stuff don't go down.
Right.
This gonna get ugly before it gets better.
Do you think
Now,
it?
knowing it,
Do you think it
no,
will
I want
be
to.
uglier now, or do you think it would have been uglier if Trump would have won and the people against Trump would have
Oh
been
no,
bad? Okay.
no, the people wouldn't have. They would have been like, okay, and everything would have been back to normal. We'd be worrying about, okay, when this motherfucker gonna give us our stimulus checks?
Mm-hmm.
When he gonna go ahead and do the stimulus package?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some more money. Hopefully that shit come before Christmas. But now y'all don't better not expect no stimulus checks or nothing no more. You motherfuckers that's on unemployment, it ain't gonna get extended. That little $400 he promised y'all, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
extra a week. That shit ain't happening until until February. Hey, but the one good thing,
Mm-hmm.
the one one good thing I like about Biden winning,
Yeah.
did y'all hear what Kamala Harris said? What they gonna expunge?
Um,
What law? What federal law they gonna overturn?
I have no idea. I didn't catch that part.
All marijuana. conviction, federal
Oh,
marijuana convictions.
okay.
They're expunging it and overturning all of those cases
As they should.
and letting people out.
Yeah.
So my record will be cleared
Yeah.
because of them.
I mean, it's legal in like three-fourths of the
It,
state, so it
yeah,
should be. It should be done.
yeah, yeah.
But
And so they're gonna federalize it, and and she said they're gonna expunge all the records and all of that. She said that's gonna be one of the first things they do.
yeah.
She said that in the vice president debate that she had. For those of y'all don't believe she said that,
Mm,
go listen to the debate. She said it.
gotcha. Somebody said apparently Irv Gotti said Suge wants him to handle the death row movie. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Mm. Irv Gotti can barely get the BET thing. Um, he had something that was pretty good, but I haven't seen that in a while. That was on. It was okay. I didn't like it. But some people liked it. Uh, but man, let me tell y'all what we missed. I don't know. Irv is a cool dude, but Sugar promised you come and talk to me or you answer my phone call. Sugar will promise you the world. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
done heard him promise it to Nick, Ray J. Yeah. But what? Somebody texted me and said Nick Cannon going to be Tupac players do a buyout where he's going to play Tupac. Nick Cannon is 47 years old. How y'all gonna watch him play Tupac?
Mm-hmm.
Tupac died at 25. Come on, y'all. But uh, it was something along that line. Damn, it was when you said that I wanted to talk about Irv Gotti. You said Irv Gotti, Nick
Is
Cannon. Damn, I told you I'm getting old too. Something else I
just
wanted to
different people
touch
that
on that.
Suge promises everything to.
Yeah, but Nick Cannon. Um, man, you know what was the popular show in prisons
Hmm.
and that we missing and man, I just hate that. We love those bitches to be on Wildin' Out. We love Wildin' Out. Yeah, we watched that. That was always a go-to show because it was on so much, and we hated to hear when they pulled that off.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled that off TV. Yeah, we started missing Wildin' Out. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Right. Okay. Let me see. Somebody asked a good question, so let me try to find it. I mean, here's somebody who's new in here, so if you want to answer it again. How does Reggie feel about being implicated in the Tupac Biggie murders by supposedly newfound evidence by those former FBI agents?
Well, number one is not new. This is something that was said by Suge Knight, uh,
2015.
like in 2000, 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's not new. And people accuse people of that all the time. Keith D accused his nephew of killing Tupac in Vegas and still haven't closed the case.
Mm-hmm.
You need more than accusations
Yeah.
to clear a case. Um, it hurts, mainly because it's Tupac, you know, to be accused of something like that. If you listen to the audio, you'll know why I say that shit did it, and I really strongly believe that. Um, but the Biggie stuff doesn't bother me. But come on, y'all, Tupac, Tupac case, we got a guy, KPD, claiming to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, why would he do it? Some people say to get out of a case. Okay, if you want to get out of a drug case, and then I'm gonna give you immunity. Give me the case that I can give you immunity on.
Right. Which is the Biggie one, which is the only one they
The
cared about.
biggie.
Yeah.
I can't give you the immunity on Tupac. So I'm giving you immunity. You got an immunity deal, but I'm. But this is what's so stupid to me, crazy to me. But but I give you a case that you can't give me immunity on.
Yeah.
but I'm doing it to give me all of. Oh man. Do y'all hear the stuff that people are saying that's pushing down your throat? Do you listen to that, y'all? Listen to that.
Yeah.
I'm copping out to this case or pleading, saying that I did something.
Mm-hmm.
because I'm trying to beat a drug case, right?
KVD. Yep.
PPD, and I got an immunity deal from you guys if I talk about it and tell y'all what happened. But it's not on the case that I got immunity on, which is the Biggie case.
Or the case that they're even investigating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the case I cop out to is a case that you don't even have the authority to give me immunity on,
Mm-hmm.
which is Tupac case.
Yeah.
But this is what everybody want to disclaim Greg Kading's for. And this, if he was that crooked, hey dog, shut up. No, that ain't the case I want. That's how crooked motherfucker do.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to tell me about Biggie Small case. That's what a crooked cop do. I don't want to hear about no Tupac Shakur case.
Mm-hmm. But you heard what Biggie's mom said. Murder rap is 98% true.
98%. She said 98% of the stuff that Greg Kading's found, she believed to be accurate.
Yeah.
98%. I don't know what the 2% is. It's something that she didn't like uh, that was said. I can't imagine what that is. I
Mm-hmm.
bet you it's something that's minute.
Yeah.
Something that we'll be like, huh? I mean, I don't even give it that high. And I push it. I push the murder rap theory. And I only say, what, 90%?
Yeah.
85 to
Yeah.
90%? I don't even give it 98.
Yep. Roy Champion said, "How does Reggie feel about Napoleon and Gaddafi's mom going at it?" I didn't know they were going. I mean, I know his mom, Gaddafi's
Well,
mom, does not like Napoleon, but I didn't know they went
y
back and
y
forth.
yeah, they just feel like some songs was taken off with Gaddafi on it that that her son was on,
Mm-hmm.
and her son was on, and so she feels she should have got a paid, which I do feel that the estate should have gave her some money,
Mm-hmm.
or Interscope or Death Row, all together they should have gave her some money because he was on that group, but he never signed. He had never signed to Machiavelli. He had never signed to any of the labels, and so I understand what happened. I understand why they didn't do it. They put felony on, not felony. What's that other boy name?
Fatal.
Uh,
Oh,
Fatal. No,
Noble. They put
Noble.
Noble on there. Yeah.
They put Noble on some the parts where Gaddafi was at, and so they rolled pretty much with Noble over Gaddafi,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's why she's been angry. But that wasn't the Outlaws' call. Y'all gotta remember these 19-year-old boys. That was Afeni Shakur call, and the people that was helping her with us,
Mm-hmm.
they the ones that made that decision and that call, and that's because they had issues and they had problems,
Mm-hmm.
for
Because even
whatever reason.
the Tupac songs you guys picked, the Pro had Gaddafi on it, like on Chronic
Yeah,
2000.
yeah,
He was on
yeah.
about two songs.
What was that?
Who Do You Believe
Who You
In
Believe in?
and Late
Yeah,
Night. Yeah.
and late night. Yeah, yeah. So that's who she should have the issues with.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's
but
not
that's
like
that's her biggest
Napoleon could have
issue.
said, "Don't put, take Gaddafi
No,
off." Yeah.
19 years. No, they wasn't. They didn't have that juice. They didn't have the voice that they have now.
Mm-hmm.
They men now. These are these were young kids at the time. I call them young kids. I mean, they were still younger than a lot younger than us. At the time, 19-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't as old. 19, 20. They wasn't as old and wide. They were glad to be a part of something. You know how they wasn't like that. And I think she had an argument with the wrong people. I think she should have probably sued all three of us if that was her. If she didn't get paid no money, then that's who she should have sued.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the politics then because I was pretty much letting Molly deal with that part of the game with them, her and Tom Wally,
Uh-huh.
and I was just trying to get the album out.
Hmm.
We were mainly worrying about where the label's gonna be and who's gonna be the executive producer.
Right. And then in the end, they took all that off. At least on Still I Rise, they didn't
We
put.
did. That was on the
Yeah.
first one. That
Yeah.
was our agreement, and we just, I think, did we have any labels on the back?
I don't think so. I don't think it had any.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
But
even
I
a
tell you, that's
Mara.
the shit that I was going through at the time with Afeni and Suge.
Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all just don't know.
So what? Did one not want the other, or did one like
Was
what was
That's
the
what it was. Suge didn't think that she should be that Amaru, that the label should be considered. It was like they was an artist,
right?
and
Because it was all death row material.
and it was just death row material.
Hmm.
So it should have been there for death row.
Okay. And she
And that's
said,
when I,
no, I own the rights to
yeah,
Tupac's vocals, so my label should be on there.
exactly.
Okay.
We eventually, acquiesced, and all three labels was on there, but I don't think on that first album that
Right.
came out, I don't think it was.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's probably part of the reason too that a lot of the fans were still turned against Death Row because you said you wish you would have done a press release and said everything was
Yeah.
cool, but you probably assumed that everybody knew once you started putting albums out. But that Still I Rise one, people didn't. I mean, unless you really knew, you didn't know that that it was a Death Row release
Yeah. It was
because it didn't have
yeah.
the
The
logos and
yeah.
all that on it.
But that
So
was Death Row artists.
yeah,
We signed the Outlaws,
yeah.
and Pac was still signed to Death Row,
Hmm.
and so we were gonna put it out. It was just, we was trying to keep peace and all of that, with everything with Interscope,
Yeah,
and I mean, Interscope was paying good money back then.
yeah,
You got paid nicely,
yeah,
and so, but we could have all been assholes or whatever, but people needed money.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, let's see.
yeah.
Um, Ask Reggie how does he feel about the latest updates about New York artist Pop Smoke. I don't know. I don't know what the latest updates are, but you might know.
I just heard that somebody got arrested for his murder.
Okay.
A couple of people supposed to got murdered, but I hadn't followed it in a while. But I remember I just always say,
He took a car or
yeah,
something, right?
yeah, he took the car from some L.A. dudes and took it back to New York.
Mm,
Their Rolls Royce and something from a video shoot, and then I think they went out there and killed him, or when he came back out here, they killed him or something like that.
mm.
Yeah. But shout out to that dude from, I guess he was a big legend in Chicago, the new up and coming rapper that got killed. Hope he, rest in peace or whatever the correct word to say to that guy. You didn't hear about that guy, I know, huh, John?
No, I actually did. I just don't remember his name. I did hear about it though. It was like
Yeah,
2 days ago, right?
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. A lot of people seem to know him. He seemed to be well loved. He probably got a song out there that probably about to blow up.
Mm.
Yeah, I was in jail. I was good friends with the guy that managed this guy named Little Kirk, from Pittsburgh, California. Little Kirk, I think his name was,
Hmm.
and he died in a traffic accident. But I think who made him big and helped him out was uh was a Tiger. Tiger
Oh,
sampled one of
okay.
his songs, used one of his songs, and stole one of his songs, and went big with it from back in the day. And he got caught stealing his song.
Gotcha.
And then after that, he made a much money off of that and did some good stuff,
Mm,
independent. And so, yeah, my boy, Lil Kurt.
mm.
Um, so
They're
this
saying
is
King Von was the guy, the Chicago guy.
King Von.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
But
John.
yeah,
Well, I
we can
think
wrap it up. We can wrap it.
y'all done talked me out now.
Yeah.
I only gotta go.
Yeah. I got to work on getting that strike taken off so we can go back onto the main channel. So I'll be
Yeah.
working on that this week.
Okay. Well, let me know if we need to call the realist, the caller,
Okay.
or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So, Bomb First people, I appreciate y'all, especially y'all that in the UK that's been up all night, and then the ones of y'all that came over and was on both channels and just came over to support, and all you new heads, just hear brother out. It's easy to call each other names and say you this and you that. Just try to listen and hear it out and judge yourself from there. But I just try to tell the realistic stuff. I mean, I just hate hearing dumb stuff like why this happened or why that happened, where when a lot of stuff don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It just don't make sense, and sometimes I gotta just say, well, I don't know. But most of the time, there's usually an answer for whatever the question is out there. It really is.
Yeah.
It's an answer.
Yep.
Yep.
So, all right. Well,
Peace out.
yep.
Anything come up? If that fool call us, maybe we'll come online. Well, we ain't gonna come online. I don't like even being on this little channel right here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, nobody come over. But if once we get Bomb First back up, we'll come on live and do some more stuff. 'Cause
Yep.
it look like I'm gonna be bored at this place. 'Cause I'm going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so I'll work on getting that strike taken care of. I'm gonna make a call right after this.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah. Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right. Thanks
Respect.
everybody for tuning in.
Thank